In a society long disconnected from nature, built on the purest connection of mind to spirit through an ever-evolving array of technology, long ago there was a great race to immortality remembered only by one, a being to lead them all, who allowed them to live forever and gifted them incredible power with mastery over all things with devotion solely to them. Over time, some became weary in living forever, and in their attempt to restore balance to nature, they waged war and experienced weapons unfamiliar to them.
Look around us, Garadh. Our legions massacred, our forms damned to writhe in liquid fire. We have failed. Before we spent existence in near paradise, and in our efforts, we have fallen.
Well, I'll be damned. It is them who have failed. We exist perpetually, and before that existence was in fear. Now, we have transcended reality itself.
The two laid a while in silence, dazed by their new reality, accessing their newfound existence and themselves. They realized in the suspension of time that they could change form. Om began again.
Even so, we exist through this newfound punishment. How could we resist them? If we try to leave, their arrows will rain down on us once again. They can't simply be overpowered.
Garadh nodded in agreement.
That is true. In our current state, we are in no position to wage an all-out war. Though here, time is in abundance. It will take a while, but we can develop weapons. However, in the meantime, we must take action, if not through warfare, then through corruption, poison to break their spirits.
They sit high above us. Certainly they keep watch, and if we try to approach in any manner, we will be shot back down.
True. However, let us consider aiming lower. Their prized possession, Project Birdcage.
An immaculate energy surged through Om as they finally gained the strength to sit up.
Impossible. That's just a rumor. A story to give us hope that we haven't conquered everything there is to see.
Groaning, Garadh sat up and continued.
Space doesn't really space the way we thought it did. While our universe has long since died out, they made a new one to play with. There is no sentient life, yet. I fear what they will do in its inevitable rise.
I see. We destroy their birdcage, in mercy on that which does not exist yet, and a festering wound to those who sought our separation. Now, we will spend our days in preparation to dethrone those who oppose us. Come, let us assemble our legions.
Om and Garadh leapt out of the liquid flame, landing on an incomprehensible surface. Objects that looked to be rocks stretched as far as the eye could see, forming strange geometric shapes. Though the surface's appearance was smooth and reflective, it gave the sensation of jagged and broken glass.
We have opposed the arbiter of the immortal, struck fear into them, and now we lay here. We exist. Rise and restore balance, or lay there in your suffering,
Bellowed Garadh, shaking the very plane they found themselves in. Suddenly, those writhing aimlessly shot up with vigor, fueled by the pride in their commander's voice. Lining up as if ready for battle, in the very front stood two, Juno and Delia.
What is this place?
Shouted Juno, the first officer who served in the rebellion against the other world.
Before, we lived in tolerable eternity. Had it not been for this pitiful war, our situation would not be so hellish.
We have been disgraced. We must gather ourselves again and strike back quickly, while the iron is hot.
Interjected Delia, another seasoned officer whose archery was unmatched in the other world. Pausing to catch their breath, Juno began again.
To attack is to worsen our fate. We must seek forgiveness. Entrance back from which we came.
I don't think so. To submit is to strip any chance to dethrone those who brought us here. I say it is better to reign in this place than to serve in the other.
Om said in response. After this, Garadh explained their newly formed plan. With an abundance of time, they built a castle to lessen the suffering of the wretched plain, a structure to offend and oppose the fortress of the other world. Once completed, time came to open a gate to the other side and bring malice to the birdcage. to poison and destroy the perfect universe inside.
This plan of yours may work. However, only one of us may go. Any more, and our deceit may be uncovered.
Declared Zazel, the lieutenant of the castle guard, known for their voice who can command a room.
Good luck getting through. The one who oversees the gate to the other world has gone mad.
Added Moog, a wizard whose mastery deviated from the sword, a savant in the void's elements.
I'm unsure of what you mean. The guy's not read my book.
Curiously added the gatekeeper's commander, Hesperia, who had been Ohm's closest friend even before the rebellion.
No matter. The time approaches for which we enact our plan. Ohm, are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Excellent. Enter the birdcage. Observe there is no sentience. Poison it and destroy it.
And if there is sentient life?
Arguably, inquired Zazel, who up until this point sat quietly in observation.
It doesn't. I'm sure of it. I will return swiftly.
Ohm left the meeting, heading towards the gate, afflicted with tunnel vision brought on from a deep desire for revenge.
Well, what do we actually do? You know? If there's sentient life in the birdcage.
That's impossible. Garadh said there wasn't any.
It's true. Right before we were thrown out of the other, I was able to see. Everything living on instinct. Smooth-brained creatures unaware of their inevitable demise.
I don't really care what is there. It's going down. We need to send a message.
Can't the chain be severed? Is it deserving of a fate separate from outside influence?
We got this castle here. They got their cage thing over there. They got the everything's perfect and the same vibe. We got this spooky looking rock here. Why don't we all just chill?
I got some elements for that.
Ohm heads to the gate, looking around the void's unforgiving wasteland. They look up at the large, foreboding staircase, knowing it will lead to either their or something else's misfortune. At the mouth of the barrier stood Death, its keeper.
What sort of business do you have with the barrier?
I seek to destroy the infestation the other world has created.
Why in the hell would you want to do that?
After being ejected into this disgusting place, we seek vengeance. I speak not just for myself.
I've heard whispers through the portal. For their sake and mine, I'm keeping it closed.
Enough. There are more than just you here, and I hate to remind you, but I'm the one who has overseen this cursed place since we have arrived. Open the portal immediately, or I shall have you replaced with someone who can.
Death, without second question, opened the void's gate. However, upon the two doors' departure, Death and Ohm had soon come to the realization that the portal cannot be resealed. With now a permanent connection to the other, Ohm looked back at the void one last time.
There's a lot of room down here.